My name's Nikki Granger. My shop's called What Alice Found and it's a vintage boutique in Bournemouth. I opened it 2 years ago and I've got a degree in fashion journalism and a diploma in marketing and wanted to do something that combined my love for vintage and the sort of skills I've learnt along the way. Alice in Wonderland theme came from a love for the story, first of all, and second of all, we like the idea that when you open the door, every time you come in the shop it's slightly different. So it's sort of falling down the rabbit hole, and our stock changes every couple of weeks. So with vintage, of course, everything's one-off. So every time we like the idea that customers come in, they might find a completely new experience. So we kind of like that idea. And Alice in Wonderland is such a popular story with sort of men, women, children that it's done us really well having the name of What Alice Found. Well, we've done a lot of styling for photo shoots, magazines, newspapers. Vintage is becoming quite big, so someone like the Daily Mail or press agencies will ring us up and go, help, we need to make a girl look like she's from the 20s or the 40s, and we don't know how to do that. So they would employ someone like me, when we've got a huge stock here obviously, to put together an outfit on a model so they get the look that they want. So quite a lot of our stuff's been featured in all sorts of things like theatre productions and in newspapers and things like that. My family live in Hollywood, so I was sort of getting all my ideas from the vintage shops out there. A lot of the vintage shops in Hollywood sell clothing that's been in movies and TV shows. So I also try and go out there once a year and bring that back, because I love the idea that you're wearing something that you've seen on your favourite show or something from the past. So that is another thing we like to try and do here. The customer age is totally broad. It starts at sort of age 11 right up to ladies in their 80s who come and buy trinkets for themselves. So we don't really have one key customer base, but I think that's the whole point of vintage. It's not for just one demographic, it goes across the board to everybody. Yeah. When we first opened, we were predominantly fashion, but then we realised that people like things as well, and particularly homeware and collectibles. So we try and have a quite eclectic mix of both of those things. There isn't really one particular thing people come here for. Precisely kind of the Wonderland theme is that it's totally random and different. We do a lot of marketing here. You have to when you're a small business nowadays, so particularly digital, because everyone's on iPads, iPhones, so most of our marketing is through social media at the moment. I think people tend to buy things more online than the clothing sometimes, because they do want to touch the fabrics, but I think that comes down to building up your brand. So if they've been to the shop and they've tried on clothes here and they know they're good quality, then if they go away and buy from us online, they know that what we're describing is accurate, and that's the key thing, I think, is be accurate with your measurements, describe things honestly, because vintage is second-hand. People need to know exactly what they're getting, and if you've got a brand that people trust, then you're likely to get better sales online. We do frequent vintage fairs like Judy's Affordable Fair, which is sometimes here in Bournemouth. We go to Southampton, Winchester, Brighton, London and Bristol are the key places we go, but they're all within a nice distance that people will come into the shop. I like the idea that we're still building up our brand and our customer base at the moment. Definitely want to step up the online side of things, because obviously a lot of our customers are Bournemouth or Dorset based, but whenever we do events all over the country, people are like, I want to see your shop. So I really like the idea of having quite a few outlets opening up around the south of the country, so maybe subletting from other shops and having a little What Alice Found. I started the Boscombe Vintage Market a couple of years ago, and suddenly by the end of the day thought, wow, something's really brewing here. I think the Boscombe Area Regeneration Group are working really hard to bring this area up to a more sort of cultural reputation, and it just seemed like the right place to start a business. So they've got affordable sort of rents here so that people like me can start up and really make a go of it, really.